It would help if I can unmute myself. I got everyone else unmuted except me because my stupid mouse. Anyway, hi everybody and welcome to session 2 of Secrets Beyond the Suns, an Invisible Sun campaign. Sorry for the unexpected break, but we are now back. Before we get started into gameplay, I believe we have a lovely character, I don't know if it's in character, recap from Karosael.
Welcome. Hello. We're glad that you're joining us here today. If you missed last session, it was enlightening. I was able to go to a local bar, and I was able to see some really fantastic performances by Mothula and some other people I'm sure were there. For instance, we knew that Zephyr was there, was having a bit of a tiff with a friend, but was able to possibly lock down some form of a job with a man who was very familiar, but can't for the life of me remember. We also had Alondra, who was there along with her friend, and she happens to be looking for someone that I am now looking for totally legal reasons. We also had Farideh there, who met a woman with a vibrantly red hat and outfit, who, I guess she did an okay performance, but she disappeared afterwards, so no one could find her. Now, we're all going to be going to the library in hopes that maybe we can find some answers and figure out what's going on with the flowers that were given to Farideh, as well as this woman that Alondra and I are looking for. Join us for today's session.
And at the start of every Invisible Sun session, we start out on the Silver Sun with the first card pool of the day. On the Silver Sun, the Sun of Beginnings, we have the Revealing Knife. Value of 8. Visions, Swans, Blades, and Water, which we don't have any empaths in the party, so no one gets that bonus. Meanings, Revelation, Discovery, Finesse. The Revealing Knife cuts everything. It slices through the buildings or mountains as easily as paper or flesh. Anything that obfuscates what lies beyond or within is cut with precise strokes. We all long for such a tool to cut away the confusion and the lies, but we fear it as well. For what would such a knife slice away from us? What would it expose? The philosopher Timon Grain said, "We always assume that what lies beneath, buried deep, is what is real. But what if the truth is actually the outermost layer? What if the grandest secret in the world is that there are no secrets and everything is what it appears to be?" Most believe the Revealing Knife to be the counterpoint to Grain's idea. If I recall correctly, the four of you decided to meet outside of the Benighted Song before it opened. It is mid-morning. It is a bright, crisp day in Fartown, where it is always eternally autumn and the leaves are always falling without becoming bare. People are out and about, doing their daily errands, and every once in a while you do hear like a small pop or explosion or a weird smell. Completely normal day. Currently, the Benighted Song is closed, the door locked shut, and the symbol of a moth, not an actual moth, inscribed upon the heavy wooden door.
So Karosael gets there first, and then when he notices that Mothula isn't actually there, goes over to a spot to sit to wait for his friends, and as he's sitting there, a cat comes out of one of his pockets in his jacket, and he just sits there petting Metatron.
As you are sitting there and petting Metatron, Metatron looks up at you, does the whole, rubbing his head into your paw as cats tend to do. You disappointed that he's not here today?
I mean, I wouldn't say disappointed. I just thought we could chat. He knew my name last time we came here. I can't remember if I told you that. He knew my name.
No, you told me.
So, like, no, I guess, I don't know. It would have been cool to run into him during the day, and when he's not working. It's always weird when you hit on someone while they're working, and I don't want to be that guy.
I wonder if he'd let me pounce on him.
He is. Actually, I've wondered the same, but he is way too big. He is not the size moth you are thinking. Like, let's put it this way. He's taller than I am.
I wonder if he'd let me pounce on him.
I would prefer you did not.
Meh.
And so, like, I start doing the thing where I'm rubbing specifically at, like, the base of his tail.
To
try and stop the conversation. I'm like,
elevator
no,
butt. Elevator butt.
Elevator butt. We all know it. We all
know cats. And as soon as someone else arrives, Metatron hops out from under elevator butt scritches and begins to aggressively begin grooming underneath his back leg. Leggy up in the air.
I like move my jacket just a bit so we cover his shame. No one needs to see it.
Who has arrived?
I'll kind of wander out from the back of the stong, not through the front door. I mean, it's like it's a whole deal to unlock and move that big door, and I just kind of slip out the back and come around. And I see that there's a cat over there with Karosael, so I'll check in with Samuel, who's in my little shirt pocket. Do you wanna? Are you okay with that, or do you wanna?
Well, as long as they don't.
Yeah, I don't know this particular cat, so I don't know if they're gonna.
I'll stay in your pocket for now, okay?
Okay, yeah.
He'll burrow down.
All right. You're safe. You're safe
Little
here.
tail is peeking out from the pocket top, hanging over the edge.
Great. Yeah, I'll walk over and join Karosael on the bench. Hey, you made it.
Yeah. Farideh, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Wanted to make sure. Not great with names. So, you got here actually pretty early. I know I was here, but I was here for like half an hour early. I didn't expect you for a while.
Oh, I've been here. Sometimes I just crash in the club, and so it was.
He was hoping to flirt, and this comes directly from the gray cat in a language you can understand.
Oh. Well, Mahila tends to sleep in, so you're gonna have to wait if you were waiting for Mahila. But we've got these flowers, and I have like the base of all the flowers under my arm. We've got these to figure out, so I don't know if we can wait around till Mahila gets here.
The flowers have stayed fresh and fragrant the entire time over the course of a week. These zaps, these blue electricity-filled flowers, seem to have somehow produced another couple buds and have begun to bloom.
Wow, those are gorgeous. You must have quite the green thumb to have kept them that beautiful.
I don't. That's the thing. I'm terrible with plants. I don't know anything about them, and all I did was trim them, like Zephyr said, and just stick them in a vase, and I haven't touched them. Actually, well, I touched the zaps a couple times, and it's a little bit of a shock, but they've been doing their own thing all week.
Wow. Could they, is there magic that can make them do that, or is that something, like maybe plants just work different here?
I don't know enough about other plants to know about these plants. They seem to be doing okay with me, so I'll hang on to them.
Okay, and Karosael like makes a note in his little notebook of like, do plants work different? But no, we don't have to wait for Mothula. It was just, we can go whenever everyone gets here, and that's totally fine. We're on a heist. I got a T.
Was it a caper?
Yeah, you said it was going to be a caper.
Was it a caper? Oh, sorry. I forget myself sometimes. A caper. That's fun too.
As long as you don't forget to feed me, it's fine. Which you don't, so...
You get food? I'm sure there will be food on the way there. We can stop by a food stand, and I will get food, and you can have some of my food.
Perfect.
Exactly. Good boy. And I scratch behind his ears.
When do Alondra and Zephyr arrive?
Alondra arrives precisely 2 minutes before we agreed to show up. So I don't know if Zephyr shows up before or after that.
Oh, after, for sure.
Okay.
Zephyr probably arrives 5 minutes after.
I'm here for it.
Morning.
Morning. How are you doing?
Well, I'm here. And you can see she's kind of like clutching the largest caffeinated beverage you've ever seen.
Good. Are you ready for our, and he looks at Farideh, caper?
Of course, that's why I'm here. Not quite a morning person, but you know, we make it work.
It's fine. And like as we're waiting and it gets to exactly the time and our fourth isn't here, Karosael is actually going to reach into one of his pockets and offer to Farideh and Alondra. I made these this morning and I'm getting kind of hungry again. They are little muffins with chanterelle mushrooms cooked into them. Do you guys?
Yes, please.
Sure, yes. Thank you.
Passes them around, takes one for himself.
I'll crumble some in my pocket for Samuel.
Yum, 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 yum. I also like to think, though, that the biggest cup of coffee that Alondra is holding has the logo of two birds carrying a pie on the side from the bakery.
Absolutely.
The bread and honey bakery. Because
Absolutely.
What kind of bakery? You can't have some, bakery goods without coffee or tea. So, of course, they sell that, too. The little stick that you can put in the top in the hole to keep it from spilling is modeled after a feather. It is a feather.
Ooh.
It's sanitary.
Yeah, just the idea of a damp feather in my coffee.
No, I heard they bleach them and then do something to them to make them totally stiff.
No, as she's you can see her kind of just sipping on this coffee, and when it seems like she's gotten about a third of the way through it, she kind of becomes visibly more, as personable as you've seen her be. But
You are me, Alondra.
After about 3 minutes, Karosael's should we be worried? Has she died? Is this a thing?
Oh, sorry, I probably should have mentioned, Zephyr has never been on time in her life.
Oh.
I think sometimes intentionally, sometimes not. I'm not sure which this time is, but yeah, we might want to settle in.
Okay. And continues eating muffin.
so the two of you know each other then?
Yeah, well, she hangs out in the club a lot, and we knew each other in the before times a little bit too.
Oh, interesting.
After a couple minutes pass by, Samuel does peek his nose out from the top of the your pocket and just looks at everybody, keeping an eye on Metatron.
Metatron. This is our friend,
This is Samuel.
Samuel. I am guessing from the fact that Samuel is in a pocket, we probably don't want to eat Samuel. Right? Do you have an infestation?
Excuse you. I am not an infestation, but you can't understand
That's-
him. Karosael, you can't understand him.
okay.
You just hear mouse rat chitters.
It's angry. I have to assume. Friend?
Yeah. I think you might have hurt his feelings a little bit, but Samuel, in case you didn't know, Karosael here was the one who made that lovely muffin.
Oh.
So, friends, you guys are getting to know each other. So, yeah, and he will keep that cat away from you.
Metatron is a good boy. He is able to control himself and be a good boy.
Metatron is not paying attention, is just still grooming.
Cats,
We'll
what are you
cover
gonna
it
do?
later.
It's fine.
So around 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer after, Zephyr's gonna roll up in absolutely no hurry whatsoever. Probably also with a comically large amount of coffee that I can only imagine is the signature of this bakery, that they just have like gallon size takeout coffee. And she'll just kind of roll up. Like, are we ready?
We have been, yeah.
Oh, my apologies, I lost track of time because I don't remember why we're going here.
Look at these flowers. Look. I mean, I know you remember the flowers, but like, look how good they still are.
I didn't know you were good with plants.
I'm not.
You didn't seem like you knew much.
Nope, I know nothing, which is why we're going to the library.
So it has given you extra flowers on its own?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And Zephyr will kind of reach out and like poke one of the ones that looks like her hair.
It gives you a little static shock, like if you would build up too much charge when you're in a carpeted house with socks.
Don't know. I like this one. She'll kind of tug one out of the bouquet and carry it, I think.
You gotta take it off from the stem, but it's easy enough.
Yeah, she'll just pluck one off the stem.
'Tis tingly, and lightning goes down your finger as you
Ooh.
hold it.
She's just gonna hold on to it, like fascinated by it, I think.
Great. Well, let's find out what we can. Have you folks all been to the library before?
No,
I've been past it.
I know of the proprietors. Are they pick and pock?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I never really want to interact with them, so I have not gone inside yet.
Oh, they're fine. I mean, sometimes they're a little weird, but they've always been helpful enough.
As you walk down the streets of Fartown heading to the library, you do pass by some of the other establishments of your area and neighborhood. The most prominent thing that catches your eye at this moment, besides the Vizsla walking down the streets with contraptions and spells, some people just having piles of equipment floating behind them, is a flock of books flies out of pages, some of which are carrying the remnants of another book. The pages flutter around you and land on the ground.
Oh, they lost another one.
Oh no, that is so sad. I hope it was not an important tome.
Are we able to like reach out to the books, or do they like shy away?
They were flying overhead. The pages of the defeated book have fluttered onto the ground.
Can I just pick up a page off the ground?
Same.
Sure. It seems to be it's really hard to tell what book it was based off only one page, but it seems to be some kind of fictional story. Maybe fairy tales.
Oh, are fairy tales less? I mean, I guess that would make sense in a world where anyone could be an angel or a demon or a fae or a. But I like some of these fairy tales, and he kind of puts one of them in his pocket. One of the pages, I mean.
Alondra like mutters, "Someone, everyone can be an angel or demon. You have to be a very specific type of their rules, their codes. You have to," and just kind of mutters to herself.
As you continue making your way to the library run by Pick and Pock, you do eventually see it with its sign kind of like faded and like partially like crooked. It's kind of hard to read, but you do know it is spelled library. And it is a very unassuming building with tall, tall windows from the front. And since we have arrived at a new location, I'm drawing the next card. We have pulled the driver on the green sun. Value of 7. Mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. So any stoics get, so 3 of you get a +2 because it is the defender card. Always moving forward. Sometimes there is no other recourse than to simply get away. Escape is often the best option, and the best escape is a quick one. Like a shark, the driver can never stop moving. She's always racing ahead, always moving forward, making sudden, abrupt turns down new avenues without warning. They say that it's not the destination that's important, it's the trip. Well, if that's true, the driver does it best because ultimately she has no destination in mind. It's never the point. The point is speed, motion, and the ability to change one's mind from second to second, and yet to do so fluidly and flawlessly. The driver is the defender of the Mysteries family. She protects by enabling others to get away. She carries them to safety, always moving forward. As you do this, a short woman runs out of the library, speed walking past you with a couple books in tow.
Okay.
I try to get a glance at what she's carrying.
It seems to be a bunch of books about transportation, historical transportation, in the actuality, along with some other other suns.
Shall we?
Yeah, I'll head in with my vase.
Okay.
Zephyr will follow.
Yeah.
Karosael, make sure to open the door for the ladies.
Zephyr's going to stand in the doorway and stare at him until he lets go of the door.
Karosael is very confused and closes the door behind her and then opens the door again for himself and walks in.
The library is filled to the brim with bookshelves. The bookshelves seem to be made of a dark wood, and if you look up, the shelves go as high as you can see, slowly dissipating into darkness. Just at a basic glance, and if you've been here before, you know that it is not the most well-organized library. The shelves are not organized in rows or like in a pin, like a wheel with spokes or any of those lines. They just kind of seem to be placed haphazardly and wherever. There is a front desk where you would check out books, and one of them is there, Pick or Pock, kind of like looking off to the side and down at a book. Like they're turned on their chair looking down at a book, so you can only see their profile.
Have any of you been here before?
Just me, I think. But I don't know if that's Pick or Pock.
Do we have to ask him for help, or
Does it
can we
matter?
just?
I guess not.
I think Zephyr's gonna go wander on her own because she just does not want to deal
with either of them?
No.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the counter. Hello again. I need your help.
They slowly close the book and put their bookmark in it before turning to you. Roll me a just a d10 and tell me if it's evens or odds.
Even.
You see that this is Pick, and the reason why you can tell this is Pick is even though that Pick and Puck are twins, when he turns, he has dark hair, kind of like long, flowing off to the side of his hair, and he only has one half of a face. The other half that you see is completely smooth, no eye, no nose, no part of a mouth, and no hair, just completely flat. And this is Pick. Oh, hello, Farideh. What can I
Hey.
help you with?
So I've got these very cool flowers, and I want to know everything that I can about them.
Do you want to learn about best growing seasons? How to grow them?
More about like where they come from. Maybe like, why someone would have given them to me. I don't know. There was this mysterious lady, and she came into the song the other night, and she gave me all of these flowers, and they are just, they are like staying alive on their own, and they're very cool, but I want to learn more about her. And I think the best way to do that is to find out about these flowers.
Well, I can't tell you why someone would give them to you except for personal speculation, so I can't help there. But if you're looking for flowers, botanical knowledge can be found. The bookshelf is currently located in that direction, and he points off like that way.
Any more guidance than that? Just that way?
The bookshelves do move. I can only tell you where they are now.
Okay. I guess good luck to me, and I'll go try to find something that looks relevant.
He takes a bite of his lunch while going back to read his book.
Can I also receive help, please?
Hey, you seem new.
I small new. So
You seem like a
I'm
bit new to
actually
me.
looking. I guess I would be that for most. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So I'm actually looking for more like of a directory, kind of like where I could find people, like yellow pages, like that.
Yellow
Would that
pages.
be?
That's an outdated term I haven't heard in a while.
I know, right? I'm sorry, I'm old.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to think if we have any. If we have any, they're not going to be recent. All recent records are kept with the gerent for each neighborhood.
How unrecent is recent?
I don't know. Probably the last decade might be kept in the gerent, but if there's anything new that changes, they do just kind of get dropped off here in a stack. So, and we just kind of throw them into wherever they need to go. The library kind of handles the organization. We're just the proprietors.
Okay. So, okay. I'll the gerent. He gets out his notebook. How do you with a J?
Gerent, G-E-R.
G-E-R-A-N-T. E-N-T.
Yeah, everyone knows the local gerent. Do you not? Vivian Hastings? Serious looking lass.
The name sounds familiar, but I can't. Yeah, of course I know the gerent.
Well,
Thank you very much. And he takes a muffin out of his pocket and gives it to Pick and follows where Farideh was going.
Are
Have a good one.
Are there tears of despair in this? I'm allergic.
He's gone. He's gone.
Oh, okay.
He just dropped it and left, booked it. Awkward situations. Nope. Don't have to deal with them when you got muffins in your pocket.
True. Very true.
As we're following Farideh, I'll just say, that does remind me. I'm assuming you were asking after our mutual interest.
Yeah, I was hoping maybe there was some kind of a directory or so even if that's not where she is now, we can find out where she was, ask around from there.
Well, our order seemed to have a little bit of information on that, by which I mean a lack of information. No one's seen her since before the war. I did a little bit of inquiry since we last met. She has a bank account. There's still funds being deposited into it. No one knows where or why. And payments are being made to that storefront that you were inquiring about.
Yeah.
That's
and that was all I had was the payments.
Yeah.
But she's getting deposits too.
There's money going into it. No one really knows why, and no one has seen her. She does, well, she has a sister. Don't know anything about the sister. I don't believe they were close. But if it becomes relevant, the Goetic Order does have an address for the sister.
Okay, you did some good research. Good job.
Well, I try. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. You know, we're probably going to have to talk to the sister.
I am aware of that, yes.
Do you know her at all, or just
her name
know
is
of her?
Her name is Hawthorne. They weren't particularly close as far as I knew. Laurel didn't bring her up much.
And you've never met her?
No.
As you go through the stacks, you do occasionally see other patrons and library goers flipping through books. So every once in a while, you see someone way up on like a ladder, perched there reading. You don't see any outer walls, like inner walls. And you've already been walking for a little bit. We good? Though unlike Mentor's Library, there is definitely an ensign here.
Does there seem to be like any kind of sorting system that we can tell? You know, like on the end caps of bookcases, are there labels or anything?
Yeah, there's definitely labels as you continue to walk through the library. You occasionally see labels on animals, mammals, historical, important Vizsla of the century, laws within Saturnine, history of, and occasionally as you're looking at the labels, they do tend to the text seems to fade away and reappear with something different, as do the books on that specific shelf. What I would like someone to do, whoever is leading the pack, is to make let's see, what kind of I'm going to say some kind of intellect-based task to see if you can navigate to where you need to go.
I was actually going to weave something.
Ooh, I like that.
So
too.
can we do both, perhaps?
You may weave.
Person does one thing, and because Zephyr's kind of off on her own, I think.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Zephyr is looking for specifically not just information on the flowers, but like on the flower language. So anything having to do with like, yeah, flower language. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah. So I'll let everyone else decide if if someone else is also searching. So Farideh, but Zephyr, you can definitely weave. What are you weaving together for me?
I'll be weaving the aggregates of freedom and thunder. For freedom, I will be using the quality of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be using the quality from thunder of movement. So my idea is that I want this quality of being able to like move real fast and scan real fast as I move.
Okay. If you'll give me 1 second. I will say to find exactly what you're looking for, this will take 5 sorcery.
Well, I only have 3.
Let me see if there's anything I can do for you to do with 3. I will say you won't be able to add the level of your magic to the check, but I will say that you can give yourself a +1 on a significant action ongoing with 3 sorcery.
Okay.
So you'll have to make some kind of check as well in terms of looking.
Okay, that's fine. Does it matter if it's a perception or intellect or...
A perception if you're going to be doing it based off looking, or intellect based off of whether you can anticipate how these shelves are moving and changing.
Yeah, I don't think that she'd be able to do that. She hasn't been here before. I think that this is definitely more of like a, let me try and get the lay of the land and scan these shelves and just get as much done as accurately / as quickly as possible.
Then it would be perception, Bene.
Okay.
Are you using anything else?
Let's see, I don't think I have anything else that applies here. Unless my skill in irregular magic counts.
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so. So nope, nothing else applies, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this roll.
But you're using a perception, Bene.
Yes.
So you have a perception, Benny, you have a +1 to your ongoing action, and you have a +2 because of the Sooth card.
I'm an ardent.
Oh, that's right. You're the ardent, so never mind.
Well, three of us are ardents. I think we have just one stoic.
Yeah. I couldn't remember who was the ardent. I just knew there were 3 stoics in the party.
Well, no. I think
it's the other way around. There's 3 ardents and 1 stoic.
Oh, I just don't. Okay. So, Karosael, you're the lucky one, aren't you?
I am.
Mhm.
I'm so excited.
Okay, then you only have a +2 unless you're going to spend hidden knowledge.
Oh god. I'm gonna say no, just because I don't want to think of like how that would apply here. It's fine.
You
just
don't
gonna
know
roll.
the challenge.
That's fine. Right. New dice don't fail me. Okay, so I rolled a 7 for venture, and then I rolled a 1 on my magic die.
You wouldn't have rolled magic because you already cast magic.
Not for weaving?
It gives you, it's like a passive effect.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the 7 passes.
Sweet. Today I learned.
And before I tell you what you find, let's do if someone else, we'll do the roll for someone else as well.
Sure.
And I'll just tell you what you know together. Is anyone else rolling to find information?
Yeah, I would like to try to figure out how the shelves are moving and if I can predict them.
Okay. So it sounds like you're trying to go the intellect route.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you using Bene? Intellect Bene?
Yes.
And anything else? Like magic or hidden knowledge?
Yeah, I want to use 1 sortilege for this too.
Okay. We can do that. So you're using a Bene and a sortilege to roll an extra dice and employ the raw magic of the world.
Mm-hmm.
How are you employing raw magic?
I am asking the bookshelves to help me. So like just walking up and being like, "Hey guys, trying to find this. Can you help me find this thing?"
All right, just let me know what you get on each die.
Okay. All right, so I got a 4 on my normal die and then a 9 on my sortilege die.
Okay. So since you're both semi-looking for the same thing, you're both looking for plants. Zephyr, you are able to see and read the books, the spines of the books, and are able to notice like, tree information. I'm not going to give them actual titles because no. But like information based on plants, trees, shrubs, flowers, etc. But what's kind of happening as Farideh is maybe like one bookshelf over and like talking to them, the bookshelves move as they kind of like slowly part, and another bookshelf comes towards you and just kind of like stops in front of your group. It's a very wide bookshelf. The other shelves had to move significantly away. And you can all see information, books about flowers and plants on this shelf.
Thank you.
Done.
Wow, how'd you do that?
Oh, sometimes you just gotta ask real nice. Mm.
That is 100% true. Good job.
I mean, there's still a lot to sift through here, but we have a lot of eyes. So I specifically want to look for origins of flowers. Like I want to know the places that these come from. Because I think you had mentioned last time that like one of them came from like another sun. And I want to try to figure that out.
Okay. The flowers in there, basically the ones that you're looking at are mountain laurels, acanthus, blackthorns, canterbury bells, cherry trees, cherry blossoms, almond laurels, and the zaps, like I told you last time. What you're able to tell from the books that you begin to sift through is that each of these flowers is from a different sun. I'm not going to go into specifics, but like the canterbury bells are specifically from the pale, and the cherry trees are specifically from the gold. Zaps are from shadow, from the gray. Which you've never seen a zap in the gray.
Yeah.
Zephyr, you said you were looking for specifically language of flowers?
Yeah, anything to do with floral arrangement and the language thereof.
Yeah, you do see it's a very, very thick tome of flower language. Sorry, making me take a hydrate as I
Just do what Ziliana Bot says.
It is a very thick tome that seems to span not only all the flowers that you are aware of from Shadow, but also every flower in existence in the actuality as well. So it's thick.
Zephyr's just gonna sigh and take it off of the shelf.
It heavy. It's, if I remember correctly, and based on character art, Zephyr is small. So it
I can roll a physicality. You want me to roll a physicality?
Do you need help?
Alondra just leans over and picks up the book.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Can you put it on that table over there? I think this may have everything we need.
I will take it over and just kind of plop it. Not hard, but just like it's solidly onto the table.
Solid kerthunk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to go into every single definition of what each flower is.
Aw, come on.
Brain, y'all. Brain power. Also, I'll be just talking forever about each individual flower. But the general gist, as you look up each flower and try to discern the message that would have been given to Farideh, is...
And it wasn't two separate bouquets that I got them.
There was two separate bouquets, so I can do both of them.
Yeah, thanks.
The first one without the zap and the almond laurel, so the rest of them that's of pinks and purples and whites is kind of giving. It's not an exact science. Oh, I'm so sorry. It is not an exact sentence. It is more just like a vibe of feelings and expression. But you kind of get the gist of easy failure, not worth it, don't bother. The almond laurel and the zaps is kind of the vibe of trustworthiness. And there doesn't seem to be an exact flower language for zapped. It looks like there's multiple definitions that it could be used for based off the type of flowers that it's paired with, but it doesn't seem like it matches with the almond laurel, so it's kind of hard to tell what this one would exactly mean.
I will relay that to Farideh and the group if they're nearby.
Samuel has since crawled out of your pocket and is looking at his own little book. He found a little book and is flipping through it. Karosael Metatron is in one of your pockets, which I'm assuming you have a big pocket for him.
Yeah, it's near the ground, and like when I'm walking, you can see it swinging, particularly if Metatron is in it. We're both reading books on how to cook, keep, and grow mushrooms. Because that'd be in this area, and that's the first thing we found.
Yeah, a lot of the recipes that are in here seem like they'd be disgusting, or are intentionally using poisonous mushrooms.
This doesn't seem right. I'll have my neighbor try it.
Karosael, could you lend me your notebook, or could you write some of this stuff down for me? There's so much info here.
What's up?
And we will relay the things that we have learned.
Yes.
About the meetings and the places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all of that is now in the notebook.
Great.
I'm really curious, though. Does Karosael have messy handwriting, neat handwriting?
He actually does a lot of shorthand, and so, like, it's not intentionally in code, but it's in code.
Cool.
Why would someone go out of their way to tell you not to look into something?
I mean, they kind of feel like they're conflicting messages. So
Well,
I don't know what to think. I mean, we still don't really know. Were these both for me? Because it seems like one might be for Zephyr. I mean, with these zaps, it seems like
It is
they
uncanny.
have to be.
She'll hold one up to her hair.
I feel like the one you took, did you maybe put it behind your ear?
Now I am. Yeah, absolutely.
It tingly.
Yay.
Can I flip to the front of this ginormous book and just see, like, the author when it was published,
Sure.
the particulars?
The book is... which one are you looking at? The one Farideh was looking at, the one Zephyr was looking at, or a different one?
The one Zephyr was looking at with the meanings in it.
It's simply just labeled Flower Language Across the Actuality. The author is just simply labeled as the library.
Is that common for a lot of the books here?
If you look, every single book that is not. Sometimes the books in the shelves are illusions and aren't actually there. But every book that you have looked at, if you take a look, the author is labeled the library.
Awesome.
How, Farideh, you've spent some time here. How reliable is the narrator, per se, in this place?
I mean, this is really the first time that I've come in and like found the thing I'm looking for. Usually this is kind of, like that place where you walk in and you just grab a random book and then you're happy with whatever you found. So, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm going to go find out because this is no author I've seen anywhere else. And Zephyr will just go to pick, I guess, or whoever's at the front desk now.
As you are walking towards the front desk, you do see someone who looks a lot like Pick, stocking books.
Excuse me, this is your establishment, right?
The person turns, and like Pick, one half of the face is smooth, completely smooth, no eye, no partial nose, no mouth. But it's the other half of the face. This is not my establishment. This establishment, yeah.
So it is or isn't? You said no, but then you said yeah.
Let's just say that it's complicated.
Okay. Zephyr's like getting really uncomfortable. I think at this point, like getting very just agitated and feeling like gross. And so she's gonna pick like a random book off of a shelf that he's stocking. Say, is this trustworthy?
Of course.
Okay, and then we'll pick another. What about this one?
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll open both of them up to point at the author, which I assume they both are the library. How are you producing these books? This is not a library. This is not the real library.
Does it matter?
Yes. Are you stuck? Is this incorrect information that you have here? Are you selling lies?
No. This is a library. I don't sell books.
Are you letting people borrow incorrect information?
Sometimes they don't return it. So it depends.
Okay, that's what I thought. And Zephyr will go back and like flip the table with the book on it.
You feel this is
if she can.
This is Pock, but you do feel Pock's eyes on the back of your head as you walk away.
Yeah, she's gonna go and where whatever the table was, where that big old floral book was, she's just gonna flip it if she can.
I'll let that be up to you, Seth.
Nope.
Just a straight roll.
Attempts to flip does not work, and it will just let people know that that this shit ain't reliable.
Alondra just like straightens up from when she's been leaning with one hand on the table that just almost got flipped.
Do you need help? Do you want me to?
Can you help me flip? Can you know, the moment has passed. Never mind.
Karosael super takes everything off of the table and then just takes it and turns it on its side.
Alondra's just
Glad I
like
could
holding
help.
the book.
Also,
Is,
as you start to like take the table, Samuel like grabs his little book in his mouth and like scuttles over to Farideh to jump onto her clothes and scramble up onto your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah. I'm not sure what they're doing, but you found a book. Do you want to check it out?
Maybe. I don't 100% get it because I still can't read the big words, but
it's a little book, so
yeah, it's a little
it should
book.
be
It's my
easy.
size.
Yeah, okay. All right. You can. Well, let's hang on to it for now.
Okay.
I do not think that anything in here is reliable information.
But why would they go to the trouble of writing so many books? I mean, this place is huge. Why would they fill it with unreliable information?
I do not know. I wish I could explain their motives, but that conversation gave me so many bad feelings that nothing seems impossible to me right now.
Well, here's my question. Is it unreliable or is it false?
What?
I mean, is it just this may or may not be true, who knows? Or can we assume that the opposite of whatever is in this book is true?
You can go talk to him if you like. I think he may respond better to you.
If I have to. I'll wander over towards Pock.
I'm just very small, so...
I'll wander over towards Pock and hello, do you have a moment?
Pock has since has a little floating I don't know what you call them, but the library things where you put the books on and it floats. It's floating up to him and he's like up a little bit, and he looks down at you. Good evening. It's not evening.
Hello. And you can see the wheels kind of turning. What was your name? I didn't catch that earlier.
Well, I am Pick.
Yes. And the gentleman when we came in.
Pock.
Mm-hmm. And if I asked him what his name was, what would he say?
Mare's brain can't think that fast. And the worst part is I studied this before this session. That's the worst part. Caitlin, what's the correct answer?
Yeah. Wait, I had it.
Yeah.
Can we just say he gives whatever the answer
Yeah,
is
he gives
that makes
the
it clear
answer.
what's going on?
You know where I'm going with this, right?
I just watched Labyrinth a week ago.
Should I tell everyone else what this is all about so everyone in the audience understands?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that at this point...
Okay,
maybe.
for everyone who's wondering what the hell is going on, Pick and Pock are based off the two siblings that in the Labyrinth, where one always tells the truth and one always lies. And there's that whole it's a mind fuck when you try to think about it too hard. But for everyone else's sake and understanding, Alondra and Zephyr are talking to Pock. And if you couldn't tell, he's lying. He's the liar.
I'll head back to everybody and just say, well, I don't think we're going to get any truthful information out of that one, at least.
See? It's very uncomfortable. I don't like it here.
I don't disagree. I think we could probably assume, if the books follow their proprietor, that what this bouquet may actually be saying is that someone is not trustworthy and we should continue to look into this.
Perhaps it's so we are assuming that based on this book being false, that the opposite of what we just found this bouquet to mean is true.
Perhaps. I mean,
So it is a message of encouragement.
Could be.
That would make more sense. Except that might be calling you untrustworthy, Zephyr. So
I am the most trustworthy person here.
If you look at the bouquets and the meanings that were given to you from this thick-ass book, and look at the opposite, and just think direct opposite. Almond laurels are deceitfulness and untrustworthiness, while the other bouquet of the purples and whites and pinks has to do with the acknowledgement of the fine arts and appreciating your ambition. A difficult challenge approaches.
Ambition. I like this one.
Are you ambitious?
Samuel chitters. She is. But none of you else can understand him.
You know,
He has an opinion.
more recent. Well, I mean, Samuel always has an opinion. Obviously, just he doesn't always chime in. But yeah, I mean, he's on my side about stuff. But yeah, you know, I have aspirations, as does everyone. It's just, you know, this is encouraging. You know, if it truly means this, it sort of feels like someone believes in me, and that's nice to have.
Perhaps you have a patron. Is this bouquet from Arkin?
Well, I mean, she wasn't the one who gave it to me. I suppose it's always possible that she
No,
handed
you're right. She would tell everyone if she were the one to give you
Yeah,
those
she-
flowers.
Also,
would've-
she's not nearly this subtle.
Correct.
That's true. It's true. Well, I don't know exactly what it means, but I'm heartened by it.
Karosael has gotten out of your pocket and has perched on your shoulders, rubbing his face against yours, Karosael.
I give him pets and I kind of move him so that he is just around my shoulders. And I look up and, so, are you telling me all of these recipes are wrong? Then he closes the book and he tears out a couple of pages in his notebook and puts them in his pocket to throw away later.
Do not destroy the book. It did not. What?
No, my
This
notebook.
notebook did nothing to you.
It's my notebook.
But it was so
This
nice.
is my notebook.
But it looked so nice before.
It
Hey,
still looks nice. I
he
just
hurts
took out
in the
the
book.
pages with bad information on them.
You could just reverse them.
He does this all the time. If he doesn't like the stuff what he writes down, he tears it out.
I don't like it.
I reference my book too often to put untrue things in there. But okay, so is there any chance we could talk to the person who gave you those flowers, or
I mean, ideally, that's what I tried to do the other night, but she just disappeared. I was hoping that if we found out that where these flowers came from, we might find out, where she comes from, if she has ties to other sons, but
Well, when is the next open mic night? Maybe she'll make a return performance.
oh, that's a good thought. Yeah, I mean, pretty soon. We have them pretty regularly. I could, try to be ready for the next time.
There's usually like 2 open mic nights a month. Like every other week, something like that.
what? So you're saying you have aspirations. What are they? Like, is it owning the club or making your own, or?
No. Just leave it at that.
Okay.
Mystery.
I like my role at the club. I think it suits me, and I think it suits, everyone else there. I don't want to change the work I'm doing there.
Well, but according to this bouquet, you have some kind of ambition. You have something that you're striving for.
Yes, but not everything is about work. There's more to life than my job, as much as I enjoy it.
Well, and what are you ambitious for? Maybe that'll lead us to the next step.
It's a little weird with Zephyr here, but
What?
Alondra cocks an eyebrow and kind of looks over at Zephyr.
Well,
I didn't do anything. What is it?
Well, no, it's not you. It's more
Is it the cell?
It's the cell. God, it's the cell.
I understand. I understand. I do not, Yes, there's a, whole thing about, our cell, which used to be Farideh's cell as well, and the proximity at which makes Farideh uncomfortable. She just wants something else, and our cell leader does not seem to get the hint, no matter how much it is pushed in her face.
And they just keep hanging around, and so I thought, if I can find another group to get involved with, it would kind of, finally get the message across.
Another group of weavers, or
No. I've done that. I don't need that anymore. But I was hoping that this, mysterious lady in red might share some of my goals, and that she could help me. But she is slippery and leaves flower messages that I don't understand. So, yeah, I'm gonna be ready the next time that she shows up, because hopefully this means she's gonna come back.
I need to get a gay panic card.
Well, we can absolutely. Ooh. Next time, we can all be ready. I mean, she can't get past all of us, right?
especially if, I mean, someone would probably have to talk to the bouncer about making sure that she didn't leave.
Well, I wonder who is going to volunteer for that awful, awful job.
I know, it's such a hardship.
You know, I feel like you guys are making fun of me, but I would
Do
ask.
you? Why on earth would you think something like that?
I would ask Mothula for help if Farideh does not feel close enough to him to ask.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Like, Mothula and I are good friends. I could totally ask him.
Oh, okay. That'd be a good idea. I'll just, sit in the corner. It'll be fine.
You get a couple odd looks as you're going down in your seat, Karosael, from some other patrons.
As Metatron jumps up on me, I just kind of moves from my shoulders over to here. I just kind of give him scratchies.
She didn't get it, did she? Farideh, you hear Karosael. Not Karosael, Metatron. He would love to talk to Mothula instead of you, Farideh.
Yeah, Zephyr's gonna look at Farideh like, did you intentionally, or do you just not know? And she's just gonna sit and look at her and try to figure it out.
Oh,
you know what? I think maybe we need to move on to the next.
Well, just Karosael asked a genuine question if I was comfortable speaking to Mothula, and I am, absolutely. I'm not saying that Karosael can't also. I mean, Mothula can talk to everyone. I'm just saying, it'd be very, we're coworkers, we see each other all the time. It would just be super easy for me to just to chat.
But do you want to talk to him, or do you want Karosael to talk to him? Because I know what Karosael wants to do, because he doesn't ever shut up about Mothula.
Zephyr's gonna stand up and just pat Karosael on warmly on the back and just say F.
You literally just say F.
Yeah.
Alondra's just metaphorically eating popcorn.
I love this. My beautiful players.
Karosael shakes it off. It's fine. We gotta focus on what's important. We'll stake the place out next time your lady shows up, and we'll make sure that you get to talk to her. Okay?
Yes.
However we do that.
And Zephyr, do you want to try to talk to her too? Since it seems she also sent you a message.
I would like to know why these zaps. Thunder is one of my favorite things to weave with, which seems it just seems a little too coincidental. So, yes. I don't know how much. Actually, never mind. I was going to say I don't know how much help I can be, and that I remembered. Seth remembered my forte ability. So scratch that last sentence. Yes, I will. Yes, I am very interested.
Great. Well, it seems like we aren't going to learn much of use in here, so unless anyone else has things they want to try to look up and decide if they're real.
No, I think probably we should check out your small mouse friend, and we'll head out.
Samuel, do you want this book? I mean, we've just figured out that it might not be true, but that might be fine.
There's not a lot of times where books are my size, so even if it's not true or not, I think it'll help me practice reading.
Awesome. Let's go.
Okay, I'll make sure not to believe any of it, though.
Great.
You all walk to the front of the establishment, where you do see Pock. But he doesn't say anything, he just nods as you go to check out the book. And he actually produces an itty-bitty library card for Samuel. Do you...
So cute.
Here, I'll give this to you instead, since it doesn't seem... rat. It's rat. And he hands the card to you, Farideh.
Thanks. I'll put it in my little pocket where Samuel usually chills.
And Samuel will pop back up with his little book. What is the game plan? Now that... I was thinking we would do Zephyr's scene after the break, since I don't think we can get it done in 10 minutes. But where would you all like to continue your caper?
Karosael turns to Alondra and says, do you know the Garant? It says Garant. I'm pretty sure he used a J though. Garant.
Of course. Vivian?
Yeah, that is her name. Pick said that she might know about where people live as well. Like, that might be a directory. Was she part of, like, your original dissemination of information? Or would she be someone we could ask about Laurel?
I'm also just gonna quickly pop in here just to...
Yeah, would the Gerent have info that the Goetic Order doesn't?
I was just going to quickly pop in and say that the Gerent is kind of like local for people watching. Gerent is the local law enforcement of each district and neighborhood within each district. So in this case, Vivian Hastings is this neighborhood's law enforcement. Vivian would have information about anyone that lives in the neighborhood. Whether she has information that the Goetic Order wouldn't, you don't know. It also depends what you're looking for.
Like, if you don't think that it's gonna be fruitful, we're not gonna waste time. I just have no fucking idea.
I would be surprised if Laurel doesn't want to be found, which I think we can assume at this point. I would be surprised if her address would be readily available at the Gerent's office. I do have an address for the sister. Where is that address?
Is
that local?
Hawthorne or the Gerent's?
Hawthorne.
Yes, I didn't actually give you a name for it, but you do have a address for Hawthorne.
Is it nearby, or is it in Fartown? Or?
It's in Fartown, yes. I wouldn't say it's nearby, but it is within walking distance. Fartown in general is walking distance, but it's not like right down the street.
Okay. I think that might be, if not a better plan, a more direct plan. And then if that is fruitless, we can check out the Garrett's information. I doubt that Laurel would let her address be public record at this point.
Hawthorne's home is right down the right near a I don't want to call it it's a museum called Castle of the Lie. It is basically an homage to Shadow. It has a lot of objects and books and stuff specifically from the Grey. But that's where her address is.
Would we want to visit her today, or would that be something to have a little more preparation for?
I don't.
Do you need more preparation?
I don't know that preparation will help in this case. I don't know what else we could prepare information-wise. We're kind of running in blind, as it were.
That's some of the best plans. We can go talk to her now. We're in the area, as it were.
Sure. What's the worst that could happen?
You seem nervous.
Why? Why would I be nervous? That's absurd.
Why indeed. And so turn to Farideh and Zephyr. We're possibly going to be going to Laurel's sister's house. Do you guys want to join us? Do you have other things you need to do?
Well, I've got time until work tonight. I've still got a few hours, and actually, learning that the Zaps are from the Grey. I kind of want to wander around the city a bit more and see if we run into some more dead folks. You know how there were like a ton at the club the other night, kind of more than normal. I was hoping that maybe I could run into someone who could tell me a bit more about these. So I'm down to wander.
Just to put that help you there. There's a difference between the Grey and the Pale. The dead and ghosts are from the Pale, which is a sun, and the Grey is a different sun. They're actually two different suns.
Never mind.
Yeah, sorry. Grey is Shadow, which is where you are right now, Abby. So it sounds like, are you still gonna wander with that information, or?
I mean, I don't have anywhere I need to be. If it would be helpful for me to come, I can come. But otherwise, I'll just take my flowers and go home.
Well, because wasn't one of the flowers a laurel?
Two of the flowers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a mountain laurel and an almond laurel.
Were any of them hawthorns?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's a blackthorn.
The almond laurel was the one that was with the Zap, and that's the one that specifically means deceitfulness and untrustworthiness.
That sounds about right. Alondra just kind of mutters to herself.
So it may be connected. Maybe it would be a good idea to join us.
It wouldn't hurt.
And you, Zephyr? Samesies? Friends?
Samesies.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any more of those muffins? If we're gonna be out for another couple hours, I could use another one.
I actually only brought 4, and I gave Pick the 4th one.
All
so,
right. That's fine.
But I'm betting there's either a restaurant or like a taco truck or something on the way there.
We'll find some. Those muffins were really good, so thumbs up from me and Samuel.
I'll get you the recipe.
As we all dream of Farideh's mushroom muffins, let's go to break. Take a 5 to 10 minute break, and we'll be back soon. All right? Bye. Hey, we are back, and my transition worked this week. I'm so happy. Anyway, mushrooms. That's cute. Anyway, mushrooms aside, despite the fact that Karosael and Abby are torturing us with delicious mushrooms, we are back from break to follow the group. After, we're going to skip forward a little bit, and we're going to do that scene with Zephyr, and then we'll skip back a little bit and come back to the group as you go visit Hawthorne. Give me just a second, because this music is hella slow.
What am I going into a boss fight or something?
No, it sounds too sad. I'm gonna go change it a bit. You are at the Hendasa headquarters in Fartown. This is specifically the adjustment center. The building itself is fairly plain on the outside. Tall. Kind of like a skyscraper, but in the middle, it just seems like a floor is missing. This is normal. But you are here to meet with Kyle, because he said he would look into getting a job for you. This area is specifically where the returned Vizsla have a brief adjustment period as they get back to the wonders and unusualness of Saturnine and the actuality after being in shadow for an undisclosed quantity of time. You've been here, and probably a majority of returned Vizsla have spent at least a little while here. Up to you how long it took you to adjust. Kyle's office is up on one of the higher floors. As you walk, As you walk in, the receptionist Mism waves to you. I thought it was your day off, Farideh.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, Zephyr. I said Zephyr.
Oh, okay. I was in character confused.
No. Nair was confused. They said Zephyr. I promise. Oh, I thought it was your day off, Zephyr.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just wasn't expecting to see you today.
But what do you... I'm confused.
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
I'm here to meet Kyle.
Oh, I thought you weren't working today.
But I don't work here yet.
I thought you did work here, Seth. No?
No.
Oh, might be.
Not yet, right? Like, that was the point.
I thought you did, not receptionist jobs. Coffee kid.
Oh, I didn't know if I was if that's with the Hendasa, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, like I thought that's the impression Mare was under. You were just like getting coffee for people.
That's not in my notes. It was just like random shit jobs.
Oh.
But if it's with the Hendasa, that's even better. So let's start over.
That's what I totally thought you were talking about, and that's the impression I've been under this entire game.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's fine, y'all. I was, you were already working for the Hendasa, but just doing like, getting coffee, making copies of paper.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot more than just like trying to raw dog my way into the Hendasa with no connection whatsoever. So cool.
Especially since I'm pretty sure you have actual connections to the Hendasa on your character sheet.
I do.
So I think that makes a lot more sense.
Okay, so anyway.
Hey,
Yes,
character-
I am
character
off
creation.
today. I am here to meet Kyle though. Is he in his office?
Unless he moved since I last saw him, yeah. I don't think that there's any intakes today for rescued Vizsla, so he's probably in his office doing paperwork and such.
Of course.
You know where it is, right?
Yes, of course. I will be back shortly, hopefully with a new position.
Oh, you're gonna get a new job, possibly, maybe?
I hope so. I want so much to be more involved with what we do here than just running around and
Yeah,
delivering memos and
yeah, I kind of get that. You know how many phone calls I take every day, and the phones aren't even reliable in the first place with the ghosts in the wires. Like I don't know why we have the phone. I guess it's to make intakes feel better.
For appearances, I think it is a comfort mechanism, In Shadow, I remember we could not survive without them.
That's true. I think those were the most powerful devices of all.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
Not gonna lie, I don't miss it.
I do not either at all. Being so connected to this one piece of thing that feels like it runs all of your entire life. There's so much, even in Shadow, there is so much more to living than staring at a screen.
Besides, I know a couple people who can tap into the news sphere, and that's just as good if you want some information,
Well, it's infinitely more accurate as well.
That's very true. Yeah, I'd say I'd give him a call up to see if he's there, but I don't know if I am going to get his office number or I am going to get my ghost neighbor down the street.
That's fine. I'll just go up myself. Thank you. I will see you shortly, I'm sure.
There is an equivalent of an elevator.
I will take the elevator equivalent up to the floor, of which I do not know the number of, but Zephyr does.
Zephyr does. I don't want to think how tall this building is, but it's definitely past that halfway point where there is a floor missing. The elevator is just a panel that just lifts and hovers. Powered by some kind of magic, definitely not by cables. And the walls, as you walk into the hallway, are a pale comforting blue, with a tiled floor leading to the office, Kyle's office.
Zephyr will go ahead, go down the hall, and probably stop to collect herself for a quick second and try to put out of her mind how much she wants this, and just try to have a conversation with this person instead. And we'll knock on the office door.
I completely forgot to read the next card, so before the response
to that,
I'm gonna read the next card pull.
Please be a good one.
Seth knows the card, but it's not a bad one. I pulled on the blue sun, the blind guardian.
Oh, okay.
No, it is not the jackal.
Yay!
Value of 2, vision, swans, blades, and water. Meanings: safety, impartiality, serenity, blindness, challenges. The blind guardian watches over us like a protector. That's probably our door it guards. Because of its blindness, it confronts all intruders equally, from the lowest vermin to the most powerful god, from the purest angel to the vilest demon. Its blindness also confers a calmness. You'll never see the guardian or worry or fret, nor will you see it eager or anticipatory. To those that seek what it guards, it is a difficult challenge. You cannot bribe or charm this guardian, and despite its blindness, or because of it, it is very difficult to fool or deceive. Silver magic is enhanced. Gold is hindered. As you knock on this door, you don't hear a response from the other side.
I will knock again, harder.
You don't hear a response from inside.
Kyle? I think Zephyr's gonna. Is there like a little waiting area or something?
There's like a couple chairs and benches outside in the hallway.
Decide what I want to do.
Sure. Is there, do you just plan on waiting, or?
I was gonna see if I could do something with perception to see if like maybe he's on the phone and can't come to the door or something like that.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep laughing at the idea of using a phone in the actuality.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah, rotary, one of those
No, not even
clunky
that.
dial weird things.
Not even that. You can roll some kind of perception check, whether you want to like weave or just listen. Are you eavesdropping?
Zephyr's fucking eavesdropping, please. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Fact.
We love eavesdroppers around here.
I don't think. 1 second.
Sure. Are you, I would say you definitely, this is a different, not what am I thinking of, time frame than what you're doing with the group right now. We flashed forward a little bit, so if you don't have to worry about a recovery rest.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You haven't used any of your rests, is what we'll say. And then when we go back to the other scene, we'll be back where we started for you.
Okay, that is rad. I am going to pick your brain really quick.
Okay.
And see if I weave. And this is me feeling out costs because I chose to be a weaver and didn't put enough points into fucking sorcery.
Yeah.
If I weave something to do with sound, does that necessarily mean that I'm making sound? Because it's thunder. But what I want to do is something with sound, specifically like hearing.
What are you weaving with it?
More better. It would be sound with distance.
Pulling the sound
So, like
to
amplified.
You.
Yeah.
I would say you can definitely do something like that. What are your durations and ranges?
Ranges.
What's the highest of both?
Okay, so highest of durations is 1 round. Highest of ranges is near.
I would say that if you want to pull the sound to you, that would cost 1 sorcery, but you would have to spend additional sorcery to increase the time, for depending on how long you want to listen.
Okay. I don't think I need to increase the time. I'm just trying to like detect if someone's in there right now.
Okay, yeah, we can totally do that.
So my idea is, you know how like in the movies they take like a cup and turn it upside down and put it to the door in their ear so they can tell, like, I'm doing that, but like with magic. Because I just want to hear on the other side of the door if there's movement or chatter or if he's ghosting me or if he's not there at all.
Yeah, sure. As you listen at the door, magically eavesdropping, let's be
magically
real here.
Yes.
You can hear Kyle talking to someone. You hear a little bit of what he is saying, but you hear another voice also talking as well, and it seems like you're catching the tail end of a conversation of Kyle saying, "What do you mean Reapers are going missing?" And wait, so we're not going to be getting any new intakes anytime soon? And that's really as much as you can hear before your magic goes out. Because you specifically said you didn't want to increase the duration.
Fair. Okay. So that's disturbing. I definitely want to see what that's about. So I think I'm gonna sit and chill for a while because he heard me knock. So he heard me knock. He knows that I'm on my way or that I'll be meeting with him here. So I think Zephyr's just gonna kind of wait now.
Sure.
And also she doesn't want to be caught with her ear at the door. So
fair. Big fair. I'd say it's like probably between 5 and 10 minutes before you do hear the door open. And who you see exiting is a average height person. Fair skin, red hair pulled into like a side ponytail. But the most odd feature about them is they have, instead of eyes, they have 2 small mirrors. And as they exit, they nod at you.
Zephyr is massively unsettled and will look away. Perhaps will nod in acknowledgement, but is visibly unsettled.
Behind them is Kyle. Oh, sorry that the meeting is late, Zephyr. I was just talking to Cicero here about some business with their department.
I see. It's just no trouble. I know that you have gone out of your way to assist me.
But Zephyr meets Cicero, and Cicero meets Zephyr. Cicero is the head of the Grey Reapers department.
Oh, Cicero! Hello, I don't think I have seen you around.
They nod and hold out a hand.
Zephyr will take their hand and give a friendly shake.
A firm handshake they give you back. We don't really make ourselves... our department's pretty busy, and
Of course.
we aren't usually on this side of town.
I see.
But thank you, Kyle, Cicero says. I will keep you updated about matters. Zephyr, have a lovely afternoon.
You do the same, thank you.
And they walk away. Yeah, come in, Zephyr.
Zephyr will enter.
Kyle's office is not plain, but definitely very much modeled off of Shadow standards. Just plain mahogany bookshelves and desks. You don't see any weird things in the mirror that's there, or...
I'm not looking at the mirrors anyways.
Yeah, there's like one small, like, reflective surface. It might not even be a mirror. Because there's mirror, and then there's mirror. Couple awards, certifications on the wall. Quick glance says that's bullshit. It just looks official. And a desk that overlooks Fartown. With and you can just see the bleed in the distance, which is the barrier, the edge of the Fartown pocket dimension, leading off into who knows what. Take a seat. So, we're here because I said I would try and get you a job in my department.
Yes, yes, it's again, it was very kind of you to even offer. I appreciate your kindness and your time.
Yeah. So can I get you water or anything? Or
No, I'm fine. To be frank, I just want a response. If I'm being completely honest, I've been unable to think of much else this week.
Of course. Well, I did talk to some of my superiors, and I can definitely get you paid internship with the adjustment department. It would mostly be helping Visley that have come back from Shadow in adjusting. It's very much a people person job. I don't know how you feel about that in terms
despite my normal demeanor, I find one of the most compelling things that I need to do here is to assist other Visley.
Okay.
So if that means being around many Visley, then that's fine.
Okay. If anything, there would still be a training period, like what we're expecting, et cetera, normal new job functions whenever you start somewhere new. The only problem is while I can take you on, I cannot guarantee any work right away. The intake of rescued Visley has shrunk recently, And there's not much that I can personally do about that. That's why I was talking with Cicero earlier.
Well, there are always, correct me if I am wrong, but there are always fluxes in the intake of Visley. Are you saying that there is a noticeable drop and it's been that way?
It has been a downward decrease into a low plateau.
That's a strange. Is something happening in Shadow?
I couldn't tell you. I have not been there recently, and frankly, I don't have a desire to go there.
Of course.
And I know that's partially what we were talking about, so. It's an issue that I know a couple people are looking into. So, it's up to you whether you'd still like to accept the job or pass. But that's what I can do, and the job will be open to you. We did have a couple workers not retire, but decide to find employment elsewhere just because they found something else they wanted to do. Nothing bad, it's just not everyone can always not handle people, but they wanted to focus on themselves, which I respect.
Would this, if I...
You look like you have something on your mind.
I do. I think I have told you that's my ultimate personal goal would be to be one of the Grey Reapers. Mm-hmm. So it's very fortuitous that I was able to meet Cicero. I did not know of their name or what they looked like or anything before just now. I don't know if adjustment is a step on that ladder, or if there's a better way to go about this internally.
I don't know if they're hiring. I think there might actually be a pause on trying to find new Grey Reapers. This, from what I understand, it has gotten more dangerous than usual. And I'm not saying that I don't respect your decision to want to be part of them and do what they can, but whatever can be considered normal, dangers involved in going into Shadow as an extraction team has just gotten more dangerous.
Do you know why?
We're trying to keep this on the down low, but can you promise that you will not tell anybody?
Who else will I tell? I do not have friends here.
Well, I know you have a Weaver cell.
I mean, I do not have friends inside of the Hindasa.
Reaper agents have been going missing. And I know that's something that is being investigated. They go in and don't come out.
So they go to Shadow, they do not come back from Shadow.
Yes. They're supposed to go in teams, and they do go in teams. Yes. But it doesn't seem like they're being just integrated back into their life there. And that's what we were talking about briefly before you got here. They were telling me that intakes will be probably continuing on a downward trend until agents either can be found or the source of what has been happening is determined.
This is unprecedented. I do not remember anything like this really happening to specifically the Grey Reapers, at least from what I can remember.
Yeah, and Grey Reapers usually are a league on their own, so to speak. They don't really come over here unless they have to. doing their own thing at their own headquarters, wherever the hell that is.
Well, obviously there's no way to join the Grey Reapers right now. Seems like a bad time to try. But
No.
if they are taking recruits, firstly, I want to accept your offer. Secondly, if you hear from Cicero that they are in need of new Grey Reapers, tell them that I am still interested.
I think we have a meeting set for next week for an update on the situation. I will let them know.
Thank you.
But in the meantime, I will start with the paperwork to get you transferred here. And if Cicero takes you up on your offer, well, that's going to be out of my hands.
Of course.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Zephyr, in terms of answering questions, the process, at least from an adjustment end?
No, I'm quite sure that I can handle a bit of empathy and understanding these people who have been removed from everything that they know and thrown into this place where anything can happen. I remember that feeling very well.
Which is why a lot of the people at the Adjustment Center are returned to his place, because they understand. Well,
I look forward to starting.
he will stand up and hold out a hand to you.
Zephyr will also stand and give a, business handshake.
Have a lovely day, Zephyr, and I will keep you updated, and I'm sure if Cicero decides to do anything, they will do what they do.
Yes, of course. Do you know where to find me if they need to speak with me, or if you need to speak with me, you know where my snake normally is.
Vaguely.
Yes.
Near my sister.
Yes.
Near my sister's house.
Around there, yes.
I don't know how beneficial this will be. Cicero does have an office here. I don't know how often they actually use it.
Okay. Is it listed in the directory?
Yes.
Okay.
They have a casual business office on this side of town.
Yes, I can imagine for appearances mostly.
Yes, it's mostly for appearances. I don't even think it's furnished, to be quite honest.
Well, I will leave it to you and to them. If they decide that they want to enlist more assistance, I will not go looking for them. It seems like it would be impossible.
All right.
I will continue my upward trend internally. So thank you again for your time and for your assistance.
You're welcome, Zephyr. And we head back to the rest of the group. As you are heading to Hawthorne's house. And as you head to Hawthorne's house, I will pull the next card on the Indigo Sun. The next card on the Indigo Sun is the Doctor. A value of 0. Visions, swans, blades, and water. Wisdom, health, dependence upon others, and disease. Doctors help, but it is a help we'd rather not need. No one wants to see a doctor. We only see them if something's gone frighteningly wrong. They have knowledge, perhaps secret knowledge, and an insight few can match. But these are secrets about disease and death. One can delve so deeply into such topics and not come out affected. The Doctor is the nemesis of the Visions family. This enigmatic, genderless figure is a harbinger of illness and plague. But they are possibly a succor or even remedy for the disease they foretell. There is an inherent contradiction to the Doctor, then. They are the hero we really do not want. The Doctor is the Nemesis card, meaning everyone has a +1. Unless you are an empath, which is a -2. For once, it's a good thing there are no empaths in the party.
And that's +1 to any roll?
-1 to any roll.
Oh, minus. Oh.
Yes, minus.
Wait, say that one more time.
Okay, no, we have no empaths in the party, so everyone has a -1 to their venture if you
Okay.
roll. Yeah. You begin to head to the address, Hawthorne's address that was given to Alondra by the Goetics. Hawthorne lives on the northern end of Fartown, near a museum called the Castle of the Lie. Castle of the Lie is essentially a museum that holds all sorts of objects, books, and photographs and stuff of what happens in Shadow. For a very small, more or less nominal fee, you can tour the museum. It's common knowledge that it was owned by a pair of former Vizsla. It is not uncommon for people to be pulled back while browsing. Pulled back into Shadow due to the memories that they bring forth. But the address given to you is in a park, a nearby park of it's the address simply says 4th tree on the right of the path as you enter.
I told you guys that was a good venture. The Euro truck was absolutely perfect. Good choices. I didn't know there was a museum here. What kind of stuff is in the museum?
Mementos from Shadow, mostly.
Oh, so like trinkets and things like that, or
Trinkets, culture, things forgotten.
so nothing of like a high value or medium value.
I've never been inside myself. I'm not sure.
He takes out his notebook and writes something down. 4th tree on the right. Okay.
We approach the 4th tree on the right. Or at least I do.
I follow.
The 4th tree on the right, in one of the low-hanging branches, you see a beehive, and there are bees. Is everyone okay with bees, or I forgot to ask? Okay. There are bees. A couple buzz down to you. They are not hornets. Let's put it that way. And they buzz around, especially the flowers being held by Farideh.
They seem to like him.
Samuel pokes his nose out and looks at some of the bees. There's a lot of the buzzing increases a little bit. You all hear it, and then Samuel looks up at you, Farideh. They ask they want to know if you want to ride.
Well, if we want to ride?
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Samuel looks at like the bee that's kind of like hovering right in front of his nose. They want to know if you're here to see Hawthorne.
Alondra, it is Hawthorne that we're here to see, right?
Yes?
The bees say they can take us.
Oh, tell them yes, I suppose.
Oh, okay, I see. I will let them know. The bees say that Hawthorne lives in the hive.
Is there room for all of us to go?
Oh yeah, apparently. Hold on. Is there enough room for everybody? Yeah, she says she has plenty of room.
All right. Yeah, they can fit us all. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, they all want to ride, okay? A bee flies up to every single one of you. Kind of expectantly waiting.
Karosael holds out his hand.
What are you doing, Zephyr?
Zephyr or Faraday? I can't remember. I'm here. Am I here? What's
You're
the time
here.
going
You are
on with this?
Mhm.
Okay, I
Yes,
thought so.
yeah, you're
Cool.
here.
Okay. Zephyr is going. Yeah, Zephyr will like hold out a finger, I think.
You all hold out a hand, a finger, and they all like gently plop down on you. And you all find yourselves on the back of an individual bee as you fly up towards the hive and stop and,
Heck yes.
and hover right in front of, now that you're closer, a door. Knock, knock. Come in. Come in.
Is it open or?
It's open.
Okay, cool. So I guess I dismount the bee? Do you?
There's a little front lip porch
Okay.
if you want to hop off onto
Open the
there.
door.
Yeah, I guess so.
The door is hexagonal, honeycomb shape, so to speak. And as you enter this beehive, each room seems to be a hexagon. The faint smell of honey is in the air. And from around the corner, you see a young woman wrapped in a shawl of a honeybee shawl, basically hexagon granny squares of shades of yellow. She has long blonde hair and striking resemblance to Laurel. Definitely a sister. Welcome. I don't believe I'm familiar. Can I help you?
Hi. Wonderful to meet you. And Karosael, like, just barrels in front of Alondra.
Who is just standing there, just kind of like.
Where's my gave Hannock card?
Exactly. Hi. My name's Karosael. Wonderful to meet you. And just, like, vigorously shakes her hand.
Nice to meet you, Karosael. Can I help you? Hello, she says as she also looks around your large form to everyone else.
He takes a step back, and these are my friends. I have friends. Farideh, Zephyr, and Alondra. And like as soon as he says her name, like he turns to look and see if there's any kind of recognition or knowledge after hearing that name.
So two things happen. The first one is you hear the chittering of a rat from behind you, and Farideh, you hear, and Samuel.
Yeah, I'll bring out Samuel and kind of just hold him.
The second thing that happens is you don't see instant recognition, but you're like kind of like that face. You're like, that name sounds familiar, you know? But not like, oh, I know that person type of reaction.
Yeah.
What can I do for you? I was not expecting visitors today, but the bees just kind of tend to... Visitors are not uncommon. Please understand, the bees just kind of take anyone up that looks like they're looking for something. So it gets a little frustrating sometimes. So...
Well, they're...
Apologies. We got your address. The Order of Goetica has record of your
You're part of the
address.
Goetic Order.
Yes.
Please
Yes.
come in. I can make some tea, and I think I still have some leftover honey biscuits for you, if you would like some.
Sure. Yes. That would be. Yes.
She will bustle off farther into the house. There do occasionally seem to be actual bees in the house. Small, not the size of the hallways or anything, because that would be terrifying.
Now I feel like I should have brought some flowers for the bees, because they seem to like these, but I don't want to give them these. But I just feel like we should have brought, like a housewarming kind of gift thing. And now I feel weird not giving them these flowers. I don't know.
To be fair, Farideh, we did not know that we would be inside of a beehive.
That's true. Okay. Well, maybe they can just enjoy them while we're here, and I'll just kind of set the flowers down and hope the bees enjoy.
And that's it's got to be like very spicy pollen or something. Like it's not from around here, so
It's true. Also, maybe warn them not to land on the zaps.
Yes, I've been trying to keep it away from them. I don't think they would enjoy it. Maybe they would, I don't know. But I don't think they would enjoy it very much.
Karosael turns to Alondra. Are you doing okay? You seem...
Yeah.
There's a lot of sweat going on here.
She looks just like her sister.
Like twins like her sister?
No, I think she seems younger?
Younger, but not by much.
Okay.
Maybe like a couple years.
Yeah. I don't think twins, just that is a face I have not seen in a while.
Okay. I get that feeling. I get it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to handle most of the talking? Do you want to handle most of the talking?
We can, it's fine.
That was a beautiful sentence you just made. You're sure about that statement?
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he like just gently puts his hand on her shoulder and gives it a small squeeze. It'll be okay. I promise.
Of course.
Your pocket feels a little lighter, Karosael, as you see the gray form of Metatron slip out, and with a very strong leap is now on
No.
Ah!
Some claws dig into your bare shoulders. Face rub, headbutt.
Just
Metatron's here for you too.
Yeah.
I'm good at helping comfort people when they're in a gay panic.
Uh-huh. Can you comfort people from off? Maybe?
Fine.
Thank you.
There is a leap to Karosael's shoulders. Yes, gay support animal.
And Alondra just kind of starts fussing with her like wristbands, like just kind of twirling them around a little bit.
Zephyr internally hates for all of the good things that have come from her return to the actuality. She hates her quirk at this moment more than anything else in the world.
Do we know your quirk?
I don't think we know. No.
Oh, really? Oh, let me tell you.
Share with the class.
I can unfailingly sense the sexual orientation of everyone I see.
Oh it is perfect. Yeah, it's absolutely perfect.
So at this exact moment, Zephyr's just like...
To be clear, like, that you don't get a sense that Alondra is attracted to the sister. She's just having a lot of conflicting stuff.
Zephyr just knows if you're bi, gay, or straight, pan, etc.
I mean, gay as hell, but she's not currently
it's
gay
just
at
putting
the sister.
that plus the discomfort right now.
It's just not gaydar, not an attraction level.
Yeah.
The more you know. Hawthorne does lead you into a cozy kitchen with there's only like 2 chairs at the table. It's just a very small kitchen table, but regardless, she still begins to fuss and put out a couple different mugs and a small plate of a couple biscuits, and begins to brew boil a pot of water. Sorry for the lack of kitchen chairs. We can always move to the living room if you want when the tea is done, but what brings you here? You said you were from the Goetic Order. What brings the Order of Goetica over here?
We're looking for Laurel.
Have you seen her? Have you found her?
No. Not in not it's been a while.
It's been a while.
We were wondering if
I'm sorry, excuse me. And she kind of pulls one of the chairs out and sits down.
Right.
Karosael pulls out the other chair and holds it for Alondra.
Who's just kind of awkwardly sits in it.
And then tucks it in.
So you haven't seen my sister?
No. It doesn't seem like anyone has since the war. There's an account in a storefront somewhere. Have you? The Order is more or less content with the fact that she isn't active, from what I can tell, but have you seen her or heard from her at all?
I have not. Why doesn't the Order want to see her?
It's not so much that the Order want. I'm actually looking to buy that storefront. I'm interested in making things and selling things, and I saw that storefront and fell in love with it, and they told me I can't buy it unless I find her. So I roped these guys into helping me find her. That's all.
I vaguely remember the storefront from before the war. She bought it for reasons she didn't disclose to me, but she said she had something she wanted to do and she needed property for it.
When? How soon before? Was it
a couple months before we left for Shadow? We fled about the same time. She came back one day in a panic, saying we had to go.
That wouldn't have been on insert date here by any chance, would it?
Like that day or shortly after. That's when she came to me, but we didn't leave for a day or two after.
Right.
Do you know where my sister is?
No. No, that's why we hoped maybe that you were in contact with her secretly, or...
I've been trying to find her since I got back. We fled together to Shadow for a bit, and we were there together, but the Hendasa found me, and then I haven't seen her since.
So she didn't come back with you?
No.
Do you know what she was doing in Shadow? Where she was?
I'm gonna pull a sooth card for this question.
Sorry, say that again?
I said I'm gonna pull a sooth card for this question. On the gray sun. How the cards fall. I have pulled the Lost Star. Listen, the deck knows. You will learn this fact eventually. Value of 8. Notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Ardents get a +1. Meanings, good or bad luck. Great distance. Great age, great value. We gaze into the night sky and we see the stars shining back down on us. We wonder what they really are, but that's a secret for another time. Stars represent a higher world where everything is magnified. Everything having to do with the stars is far greater than it would be in our world. Love burns brighter, gems sparkle more beautifully, and children sing more sweetly. At the same time, disasters are more calamitous, anger seethes more deeply, and armies wage wars far longer. Gray magic is enhanced, and indigo is hindered. When I got to Shadow, I did not have a sister in my life there. I don't know where she is. It wasn't only until I got back here and started remembering my life here that I remember I had a sister. And I don't want to go back there. I'm hoping and waiting.
Is there any chance that she's still in Shadow?
I guess. That's the only thing I can think of.
One more question, at least for me. So it says, or from what Alondra found, that someone's making deposits into her bank account. Did she have a job, or was she doing work for someone, maybe even in the Shadow?
In the Shadow? Well,
Or here?
Have you all been to Shadow?
Yes.
Yes.
You don't remember your life here. It's unlikely that if she's still there, that she remembers anything of this place.
If she opened the store when you say she did, I have thoughts about who could be funding that.
Is it something I should know about?
That depends. How do you feel about ignorance being bliss?
I think in this case, it's probably better.
To know or to not know?
To not know. She was very secretive, especially the last several months before we left, so my gut tells me that I'd probably be better off knowing if I still want to see her.
When we find her, because it's a when. Do you want us to tell you?
No, but if there's anything I can do to help find her, please let me know. She did have a job here from before the war. She worked at a clock shop. Not the Hickory Dickory Clock Garden. She worked at a clock repair store.
Okay. In the area, or?
Where was she? It wasn't in Fartown. It was outside the city. Outside this district, not outside the city. not even she, with all of her bravado and strength, went out there, unless she had to. Ruined expanses and all.
Was it in the marquee?
Actually, no, it was in the Celestial Bazaar. She worked for someone over there.
I know it. I forgot about that, but I know it.
Maybe go see there. It's been a while. That was one of the first places I went to after I came back and remembered, but they didn't know anything and haven't seen her. So I believe it was called the Glen of Memories was the store name.
No funky spellings or anything, right?
One N in Glen,
Oh,
if that means anything.
he erases.
Well, we probably shouldn't intrude for much longer.
Before we head out, I'd like to try to get a sense if she's holding anything back.
Sure. You can roll any type of insight check or seeing through deception.
Yeah, I've got 2 levels of insight
Okay.
as a skill.
I will say that this is going to be a challenge. 5. If you want to add Bene or roll sortilege or anything, just let me know.
Yeah, so I've got so I get +2 from my skill.
Mhm.
And then I currently have a +1 because of the card that's active.
Yes.
So I'm just going to do a roll with those. So
Okay, so you have a +3 to your venture challenge is 5. You need to at least roll a 2.
4.
You do get the sense that she is holding back a little bit of information mostly when she was talking about ignorance is bliss, on whether she wanted to know about what Laurel was involved in.
Okay.
Actually, I do have one more question. Do you sell honey at all?
I do.
I'd like to buy some off of you. I bet these bees make some kick-ass honey.
They do. I can get you settled away. How much are you looking to purchase?
He's looking for like 10 ounces.
Okay.
That's a fairly nice, a good size, enough to cook with. Like let's be honest.
That's fair. She leaves and comes back with a 10-ounce jar of honey.
Wait, when she leaves the room, I'm gonna turn to Alondra. So, do you think we can get anything else from this? Do you want me to try pressing her harder? I
don't think she knows much more.
She seems pretty straightforward, except I think maybe she just can't admit that she does want to be involved in her sister's life again if she can be. But I don't think she's lying to us, at the least.
What she's saying lines up with what happened. So
Okay. Sounds.
Are we okay?
Sorry, that's my very loud doorbell. Sorry.
Sorry, continue.
No, that we wait until she comes back. I get out my little purse and I like start getting money.
So funny thing is, I don't think we've really talked about it, but currency in in the Invisible Sun universe is like thoughts and ideas in the form of crystals. She hands you the jar. I usually ask for a small happy comfort or memory in exchange for honey, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
What kind of memory do you give her?
I give her a memory of sitting out in the middle of a it's a city, but it's a very European city, and just sitting on a park bench and watching people walk by and not having a care in the world and just taking in that sun and all of these people and not worrying about anything that's going on or anything that will be happening soon.
At the receiving of this memory, she smiles. I think that's exactly what I needed at the moment. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
If you hear anything, please let me know.
You'll be the first to know.
After all of you, I'm assuming.
Wait, could we? No, that's probably impossible. Yeah, you're right, after us.
She looks very confused. And sorry, I have a boy that just walked in. She stands up and once again holds her hand out to all of you. Sorry, cat claws. If you... I don't know where he went. Sorry, Seth, you're out of luck. If you need anything, just come back. I'm here. And the bees will help you get back to regular size.
Sounds good. Thank you. And start heading out, and I find a bee.
As we're walking out, I like linger for just a second until everyone else has left the, was it kitchen that we're in?
Yeah, the kitchen.
And then I kind of stop in the doorway and turn around. Did she ever mention me?
I was wondering why that name sounded familiar. She mentioned she had a friend named Alondra in the Order, but she never she didn't offer any deeper explanation than that. Except that I know my sister pretty well. Knew my sister pretty well. She thought she was good at hiding things from me, but yeah, right.
She wasn't as good at keeping secrets as she thought she was.
That's for sure. She couldn't pull one over in my head that just a coworker. But any prying other than, which would have been a blatant invasion of privacy, was hard to get out of her. She was also very stubborn.
Yes, she was.
I hope you found her too.
Thank you. Thank you for your help. This has been enlightening. Yes, thank you.
If you ever get the urge to want to get into an insight into her life, I think I have a couple baby pictures floating around still. Maybe blackmail when you find her as revenge for leaving us for too long.
Probably best not to, for now.
You're right. Sometimes you gotta joke when you're in an internal panic. But yeah, have a nice day. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to know that someone is looking.
and I'll turn around and walk out.
Okay. Samuel pops his head out of your pocket, Farideh. Ooh. Smells good, but it kind of like sticks in your nose for a bit. This honey.
Yeah. Is it weird for you, like when the bees make you smaller and bigger too? Is that?
Got a tingle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just the first time it happened, I was a little worried that they would make me smaller, but you would stay the same size. But that would be kind of cool too, because then we could be the same size. That'd be fun to have for like a day.
Oh, I would be so much bigger than you.
Yeah. Or maybe we could make you person-sized sometime.
I can be like Mothula. Big.
Maybe not quite that big, but yes, big.
Yeah.
And you could crawl along the walls over people's heads. Yeah.
I do that anyway. It's okay.
I know, but then you'd be big.
This conversation is being had with Farideh and her mouse as you all.
Yeah. While Alondra's having serious feelings, like Farideh and Samuel are just like talking about being big.
Shit.
Well, Zephyr's out.
You all pop back out after remounting a bee and landing back in front of the fourth tree on the right side of the path of this small park near the Castle of the Lie.
So we've got more to work with. We have the Glen of Memories. I mean, we don't want to go back to Shadow yet, right? That's like a last ditch effort.
Ever.
If we can't find her.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever want to go back there.
I mean, it had its perks.
If I'm right in understanding the reason behind that storefront and who is funding it, you may want to find somewhere else.
But I really like it.
I understand that. And I kind of like look back at the hive to like just make sure that nobody's poking their head out of it or whatever. Laurel was working for the Vesper team before Shadow.
The Vesper team.
I don't think it is common enough knowledge for the general public to know what the Vespertine is, other than like a boogeyman story. But the high level boogeyman story that y'all would know is that Vespertine essentially want to undo the suns. If Alondra wants to elaborate, that is up to her.
Why would she work for such a...
I don't know. I never found out why.
Were you working with her?
No, God, no. I mean, I was working with her. I didn't know that she was... No.
Like this was her side job, you were her main job.
As far as I knew.
Or flip it. You don't know.
Okay.
So the Goetic Order had a Vespertine agent infiltrate them?
They wouldn't want me to tell you, but yes. We didn't exactly get a chance to chat about the details.
Of course.
But as far as I believe, she was Goetic and then shifted. I don't think she entered the order with that intent. I think she was turned, but I don't know.
But this would also be something that you would want her out of, right?
If I could have. Yes.
I mean, I'm fine with changing this from a heist to, saving the princess. Either way, I get my shop.
I don't know that she can be saved.
Do you know that she can't be saved?
No. But
Then there's a chance she can be. Besides, and he, lightly punches you on the arm. Maybe, True Love's Kiss or something can break the spell.
There are some lines that don't get uncrossed.
And maybe I just don't understand the Vespertine enough. But I don't ever believe that a person can't come back. And if she's not a bad person, you can get her back. And if she's not a bad person, I can still totally legally get my shop. We have a lot of reasons to continue forward, and fewer reasons to just give up.
I'm all for continuing forward, but you and I disagree on some of the main tenets of that, I think.
Is it because I called her a princess?
It's because you said she's a good person.
Oh. Shit.
But either way, finding her seems to be the next step, or the goal, regardless.
Worst comes to worst, you get closure, right? Because you don't have that. That's an awesome thing to have.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah. So we're next. I figure we're probably a little tired today, but I guess phones don't exist here, so we gotta make plans of where to meet or not meet, or we can just wait until because let's see, that was a week ago, so next week there should be, and he gets out his little book and flips to the calendar portion. Next week should be an open mic night, right?
We could meet there, stake out for Flower Lady.
Yeah, she seems to know a little bit about all of us. I think if we can nail her down, she might be able to answer questions.
Oh, you too. Nothing. We can. Yeah, that sounds perfect.
I think we should possibly have some kind of a plan for this, as Karosael would call it, caper. The benighted song only has so many interests, but I remember you saying that when she arrived, you did not see her enter or leave.
And neither did the rest of the staff. No one backstage. Toko didn't see anything. So she must have her own way in.
Yes, so we should... Perhaps you can do some looking around there, see if there's another way in that we do not know about, and otherwise we should divvy up, I think, and perhaps go in, everybody cover a door or something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Someone follow her when she leaves the stage, perhaps?
I was going to actually say the opposite. Have someone backstage behind the curtain. I've never been in theater stuff, but you know how you can kind of look between the curtains and see the audience before a show? Have someone there so that when she turns to walk out, walk in, walk out, walk off the stage, they walk on the stage and walk her towards us. So someone's gonna have to be backstage for that to work. if that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because she disappeared last time, right? Like she went backstage and no one saw her.
Yeah,
Well, Farideh, you're usually backstage, aren't you?
I am. The problem is I might have to carry on with the show and act like nothing is amiss. So I can try to be, there to catch her, but I might have to play my part.
I am there often enough. I think that if you told Toko or somebody else that I would be assisting backstage, nobody would second guess it.
Oh, I doubt I even need to tell them. You go
It's
you go
true.
everywhere. You come and go.
You're always there.
I mean, you're always there.
I am, because
Ooh.
our leader insists that we be always there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Where do you want me?
Where do you want to be?
Well, we know the answer to that.
I didn't say any words.
It would be good to have someone at the door.
You don't have to, says Metatron from your pocket.
I'll be by the door.
It would be helpful to have someone at the front door. Thank you, Karosael.
Yes, thank you for volunteering.
Volunteer as tribute.
I can be stationed at a table in the main area so that I can sprint to either location as is needed.
Great.
There is no back door to worry about.
There is, but I know
Hey.
people. We can check it out. And I thought I'll ask. I just realized like Summit themselves are a way in and out. I didn't even think of. Yeah, I gotta do some poking around this week. I'll have to kind of map it out.
Okay.
Would
Well, we can
Metatron
always
and-
meet earlier, and you can give us your notes.
Mm-hmm. Is Metatron a reliable sentry?
Would Metatron and Samuel like to go at the back door and they can watch the back door?
Samuel looks at
flaw with
Metatron.
that plan.
Metatron kind of casually pokes his head out from your pocket, from like leaning like on the fabric. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't eat Samuel, would you?
I won't because
Right.
you asked me to.
Thank you. You are a gentleman and a scholar.
I can't read, but thank you. I am a gentleman. So, with y'all's plan in mind, I think that's a good place to call it for today. So, let's quickly do advancement. Favorite part and where we can find everybody. Let's do it. We'll all do everything as we go. Who would like to go first for advancement? Joy, acumen, despair. I can choose. It's fine.
I'm unmuted. I'll go.
Cool.
So I think I'm actually gonna start with favorite part. The library was so much better than I expected. Like, it was great when we made it, but it in action is just so good as like just a place to be around as a player character. Oh my god, the implications! It's just great as a setting. So all of that, pick and pock, just yes, that whole thing made my heart just so happy. As far as advancement, I got an internship, so I'll be taking an acumen there.
Okay.
Because that definitely counts. As far as Joy or Despair, I mean, I just found out the Grey Reapers are going missing, so that's gonna be a big old fat sad for Zephyr.
Cool. And do you want to just do where we can find you and stuff, and we'll just go through that?
Oh shit, right. Hi, I'm Seth. I'm your local orchid druid, and I'm playing Zephyr, a stalwart ardent who weaves stealth with sorcery.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm,
what we forgot to do before
the
we
weaver
started.
stealth.
It's fine.
I am on Twitter at KillXJill. I am on Twitch at that same handle, at KillXJill. You can find me there. I will also be on Open for Adventure tonight playing Rashiel, the mechanical nano who fuses flesh and steel. God, I had to think about that for a second. yeah, I'll be on the Open for Adventure channel playing Numenera later. Otherwise, I occasionally stream. I talk about how many orchids I have and yell at my cats. So if you want to be in that part of, if you want to join that, then yeah, join the party. Come get at me on Twitter. You won't. I dare you.
Who's next?
I'll go. Favorite part for today was anytime Mare played Samuel, just across the board. It is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I think, well, I mean, information was gained. I don't know if that was enough information to justify an acumen, but I feel like it probably was.
Yes.
And for reasons that are probably obvious, we're gonna have a big old despair this session.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a thing. Alondra's having thoughts and feelings. I am Caitlin, aka a theaterphile. You can find me. Oh, I'm playing Alondra, who is a thing. Iconoclastic Ardent Order of Goetica, who fuses Nightmare to Fist. You can find me at a theaterphile all over the internet, primarily Twitter and Twitch, where I stream vintage video games, various other shenanigans, and I'm doing an Ask Me Anything stream tomorrow, so that'll be interesting and fun. Yeah, that's it.
I'll go next. Hi, I'm Gonah. You can find me on Twitch as the first Gonah and Twitter Gonah_Hawking. Those are the two primary places I do have, like an Insta and stuff like that, but I'm not as good at keeping up with them. I stream League of Legends Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I have started doing a scary stream with my partner, who's actually in chat, Great Sea Gamer. And we are playing scary games. Right now we're doing Little Nightmares 2. When Resident Evil 8 comes out, we're gonna be playing that as well. So join me. I'm gonna be doing that in 3 hours. Yeah, and I think that's all of that stuff. Yeah, no, gay panic everywhere. Like,
for
we're
Lady
all
Dimitrescu.
panicking. We're all gay.
It's for Lady Dimitrescu.
Good. Agree. Yes. As actually, like, for personal reasons to Karosael, all of this talk of the shadow and not being able to, like, go back and visit has actually given him a despair. He there are certain aspects that he definitely misses. Same thing as Alondra. Like, I think enough knowledge has been gained for one acumen. So
It's a sad session. Y'all got despair. Did you give a favorite part, or did I just miss it?
Favorite part? Like, flying on bees. Excuse you. That's my aesthetic. I love it. Yeah.
And Abby.
Hello, I'm Abby. This is the only kind of like streaming gaming thing that I do. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Aragorn's Girl over there. I tweet about folk music and post pictures of my void of a cat. My chonky void of a cat, which is real fat. Let's see. So, favorite part of tonight, bees. Seconded the bees. I mean, as soon as you were like, "Are you good with bees?" I'm like, I don't have enough thumbs for bees. Like, I love bees. Yeah, that whole just the whole beehive thing was fantastic. For acumen, I'd say I advanced. Got more information. Things are a little less nebulous, and we have a plan. So I'm gonna say I get an acumen there. And for similar reasons, a joy. Kind of getting that reinforced of encouragement of like, you should pursue this. get ready. It's going to be great. Is definitely a joy for Farideh.
Yay. I think that was it. Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice, and this is my channel. You can find me here. I have a schedule, just go check it out below, but a couple of things that are coming up is that I have a one-shot on this channel run by my friend Anik, a game of Ryutama called Mr. Madrigal's Magical Machines. That's going to be fun. I will be running a game of Sunken, which is a tragic horror game on Eva Saric's channel. On March 16th, my birthday, there is going to be a charity stream on the channel benefiting JDRF International and the Barton City for Diabetes Education. They are both type 1 diabetic foundations that do work. Everyone on this screen you see will be participating in some form or another. You're still so hella hype. Let's go. So join us on March 16th. I'm going to be posting more information throughout the course of the next couple of weeks because making graphics is hard. And as Seth said, tonight I will also be on Open for Adventure at 8:30 Eastern, playing Lichten Brattlesby. Did I miss anything, y'all? No? Okay.